So here we are, ygmteam.com. Get with the person that invited you. They're going to send you a link. All you do is click on the middle, put your first name, email, make up a username. Remember, this is going to be at the very beginning of your link. Like mine is jerrygoins.ygmteam.com. Put in your password and register, and you're ready to go. I want to give a shout out to newest members that's joined last week, Carlos and Glenn. Shout out to y'all, and of course Elizabeth and Stephanie. They joined previous week, but that's good. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and log on in. Yeah, we believe freedom is a mindset, and specifically financial freedom is a mindset. All right. There we go. It's taking a minute today to load up. I got you. I got you. All right, and as you log in, just a brief tutorial about what the system does here. You got 7 keys to building wealth right here. You got the events right here. So you can actually look at and see, pretty much like this is the whole calendar, man. We got an event going on just about every day of the week. Usually we take Saturdays off, that gives you a break. But every day you have some kind of support, some kind of financial coaching, or something to help you develop your skill set in business, something to help you increase your knowledge. We got something going on every single day of the week, just about, as you can see. And here's your profile up here. You can use this to change yours, your information. You can view your team. So let's go and see what the team is doing. There you go. You can see where they visited from. Got some people from Facebook, YouTube, and just go in there and view your team, and that way you can kind of keep on track of what they're doing. Once they put in their phone number and things like that, then you can follow up with them and things like that. And then, of course, your Novae team is over here. These are all the people that actually joined Novae and put in a username, and then you'll see them there. So that's that. All right. So shout out to all of y'all. Then you got your scripts page. This right here helps you share the YGM. You got money. It helps you share that because not everybody knows like what to say like right off the bat, and that's okay because we have got your back once again. Okay. I'm gonna click on that. All right. So this right here helps you see different scripts that you can use right off the cuff, and most of them are geared towards messaging people on Facebook, just hitting them up. Even the new people, when you add a friend, something to say there. And there's a lot of content that you have here, a lot of resources. So you never had to feel like you don't know what to do or what to say. You can even just invite people to join YGM for free. For example, all you gotta do is click this right here, and automatically will copy it, and you can send that right on over to people. So that's that. Then we got the team blog. The blog is pretty cool because if you ever run out of content, like you don't know what to post, even though we have scripts with things that you can post, you can always come in here and just find something new and post that. Um, all right. And so that's good. So let's go ahead and check out the last thing, which is the content that you're here for tonight, which is one of the keys to building wealth. We're going to uncover eliminating debt. All right. So eliminating debt is super important because, like I was said in the last video, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, said by Einstein. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't understand it pays it. Why is it so important? Because the fact of when you owe on a loan, you're getting charged interest on a daily basis. And even that interest is being charged interest on a daily basis, especially if you get behind. Now you just have a larger amount that's gaining interest on a daily basis. So we say to use the extra income from the business, and that's in the previous keys. You want to follow these keys step by step because they all help build up to the very end, which is building assets. And assets is what you want to start building real wealth. But you can't build assets until you start following the rest of these keys first. You got to start with your mindset. Then you got to start a business that's going to help you reduce your taxes. It's going to help you earn business income so you don't have to depend on just one paycheck. Then you need to fix your paycheck at work because now that you have a business, you have different deductions and you need to tell Uncle Sam not to take all that money out of your paycheck. So that's going to put more money in your pocket right there. Then you're going to fix your credit, and that's going to help lower your bills. It's going to help you qualify for a home instead of renting, which is throwing away money. It's going to set you up for success when it comes time to eliminating debt and building assets. So right now, you let's say you've already on step 6, and you're using the extra income from your business to help pay off your debts, and you're using your improved credit score to get lower interest rates on them as well. So that's the goal. That's why you want to get that lower interest payments and those lower interest rates so that it can help you kill off that debt even faster. But let's keep going. Let's see. Oh, this is important. It's even, and I say compound interest when I'm talking about debts because it's working against you at all times. At all times, it's working against you. Just clicking. If you got student loan debt, if you got personal debt, personal loans debt, you got a car note. Well, usually like installment debt, like a car note, like something like that is generally not going to build compound interest because it's already at a set interest rate. They already gave you one specific rate, and you're gonna if, as long as you stick to that schedule, that's all you'd pay. But what's really dangerous is that revolving credit debt and revolving loan debt. Also, payday loans, terrible. You know, you can go on a payday loan and they're charging anywhere from like 3 to 600% interest, and it's like you go to borrow like $600, you're gonna end up paying $200 back, even if you just pay it in the next 2 weeks. Otherwise, you're stuck paying about $3,000 on a little $600 to $500 loan. That's hustling backwards, y'all. Yeah, you gotta just stay. You gotta get in a place where you don't have to worry about getting in that situation. Go ahead and diversify your income now, because most people they get the payday loans because they only got one stream of income and they come up on some hard times. So before you come up on them hard times, I encourage you to diversify your income. But compound interest is so complex. Like you can't even use a basic calculator to understand it. You got to use a chart. I'll show you a chart in just a little bit. But for example, paying a 19% interest rate and you're trying to earn 8% interest like in the markets, that's backwards thinking. You know, instead of earning 8% interest, you're losing 11% because you're paying 19 of it in interest and credit card payments, and it's like you gotta kill debt, kill the debt, kill the debt. This video, once you sign up, you can watch the entire video, but I'll get it started for you. It's gonna make you upset. It makes me upset when I look at it because this is what they don't teach us in school.
If you have a large amount of credit card debt and you're only making the minimum payment every month, you're not going to pay it off anytime soon. In fact, if you only make minimum payments, it could be decades before you find yourself debt free again.
Decades.
Say, for example, you have $10,000 in credit card debt, which is represented by the water level of this glass. In order to pay off that $10,000, you'll need to empty that entire glass by returning the money you owe to your credit card company. So every month you pour out a little water by making your minimum payment, which is on average around $142. That payment lowers the total amount you owe to $9,858. That's a little bit lower, but not much. Unfortunately, there are outside influences that can raise that amount, mainly being interest. Interest normally charges you around 17% of your outstanding balance at the end of every month. After 17% interest on your outstanding balance is charged, that brings your new debt amount to $9,999.
What? So you just made $142 payment and your bill is only lowered by $1. Crazy, right? You gotta pay that entire thing off. You gotta get rid of that entire thing. And it goes on to say, you keep doing that song and dance back and forth to end up paying off the credit card companies. And then, you just don't have any help. But fortunately for you, now that you're a YGM team member, you're going to be able to pay off that debt faster. Not only because you're earning money with Novae, but because we actually have debt elimination tools. So if you sign up for the plus package to fix your credit, you're actually going to get a debt elimination tool as well, which I'll show you in just a little bit as far as how that looks. And we also have some other tools too. But here's an example of what it could look like for you. Everybody has a slightly different portal because the newer portal, which is updated now, doesn't look like this, but it has the same concepts. And I'll show you what the new portal looks like in just a second. But it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so there's a few ways that you can pay off the debts faster. One is using the debt snowball method, and that's basically where you pay the minimum monthly payment on all your debts. Then you devote any leftover money to the debt with the smallest balance. Once that debt is paid off, you devote its previous monthly payment and leftover money to your next smallest debt. So that basically means that if you have $400 in debt payments every month and you pay one of them off, let's say one of them is $200 a month, you don't just go and spend that $200 on, going out and eating out and things like that. You take that $200 that you now save from paying off that first debt and you snowball it into the next debt. Now that instead of paying $200 on what's left every month, you're paying $400 on that card that's left or that debt that's left. And that's going to help knock it out real fast. The debt avalanche method is very similar. You make the monthly payments on all your debts. And as you pay off each debt, its minimum payment gets added to the new monthly payment for the next one. Again, by the time you get your last debt, you're taking huge chunks out of it. So basically, it's just a it's very similar to the snowball method, but it's just depending on which one do you pay off faster. Do you pay off the one with the largest interest payment, or do you pay off the one with the smallest uh, debt payment, the smallest monthly payment or minimum payment? So which one is best? Well, it just we use software for that actually, so you can actually just compare the methods. If you're looking at something that's relatively small amount, like under $5,000 or $3,000, then those methods, I mean, they're gonna vary by like maybe $20 to $30. You're not gonna save like buku's amount of money by picking one method versus the other method, but you are gonna save buku's amount of money by using either one. You know, you're going to pay off that debt super fast by using either one. So Novae does offer you the budgeting software to help you find the holes in your money, so that you can use that and eliminate the holes in your money. Like let's say you found out like, man, I can't believe I'm buying that $4 coffee every day. That's $200 a month I could be using to pay off debt. Well, you wouldn't figure that out if you didn't have any budgeting software that's just going to say, hey, look, you're spending a lot here. The budgeting software actually connects with your bank account automatically, using the same encryption that your online bank uses. So don't feel like, oh man, I gotta, someone's gonna hack my account or something like that. It just reads the stats. It doesn't actually make payments or send payments or anything like that. And I've been using this system for years with no glitches or anything weird happening to my bank. So don't worry about that. Just worry about where you're spending your money, right? So this right here is going to help you to find out where those holes are, so you can use that and get out of debt faster. And that's an example of what the budgeting tool looks like, and it connects to your banks and your investment accounts too. That's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get to an example of what the Novae debt elimination tool looks like. So once you sign up, you'll get an email to activate your portal for debt, Novae Debt Zero. And so this right here is where I plugged in the one main. Everybody knows one main, you know. So I had took out a loan of when did I take it out? Last year, 2 years ago, something like that. But here it is right here. The minimum payment on it is $164, and I have a balance left of 1,600 right now. Months to pay off, it says it's 13, projected to pay off June 2020, and the interest from today till then, they're expecting me to pay about $288 in interest on that money that's just sitting there. Give you a calendar so you can kind of gauge when bills are due. And let me see, let me go to next month and see how that pops up. See, it pops up right here. It tells you when it's due. So once you put more debts in here, you can actually put bills in here too, and it will go ahead and show you when your bills are due. So to do that, you just go over here to your debt accounts. You can add a new debt. Here's your bill accounts. You can add a new bill. Let's say I wanted to add a new bill. I'll just show y'all for example. Let me say cell phone, type of service, utilities, and $300 due on 24. Save. So this right here is going to help you to keep all of your um, money that's going out on a nice little calendar and on a nice spreadsheet. As you can see, if I go to next month, I'm going to have one main here and cell phone here. You see they're slightly different colors. And that's going to help you to kind of stay engaged as far as what's going on. I also encourage people to put their bill payments on their Google Calendar. I like Google because it doesn't matter what device you have, Apple or Android, you're going to be able to download that and keep that going. And I think everybody has a Gmail account, just about, uh, because Gmail, I mean, Google has just a whole wealth of tools. So if you have a Google Calendar and you have a bill reminder for this day, and you remind yourself 3 or 4 days in advance, like I probably have my reminder going off on Thursday that my bill is due for cell phone on Monday. It's going to let me know 3 or 4 days in advance, especially if you have auto pay. It's real important to make sure that you know what's going on. That way you avoid the non-sufficient fund charges and things like that. Remember, banks have made trillions of dollars on just non-sufficient fund fees alone. It's just don't want to be a victim, right? All right, so let's get into the magic of why this is so cool. So here's the debt snowball table that I was telling you all about. As you can see, the total interest, you got $42, 39, 36. Because the amount is going down, the interest is going down because you get charged on the amount, you get charged interest based on the balance. And what you're paying is always higher in the beginning because the balance is higher. So out of this $164, 42 of it is going to interest. The next month, 39 of it is going to interest. 36 of it goes to interest. All the way down here to the ninth month from now, which is February, $15 of it goes to interest. All the way down to the last payment, where 23 cents of it goes to interest. And finally, most of it is I mean, it's only $9 balance at that point, you know. But let's say you hit level 2 in Novae and you're able to it says let me see, what was it? For Okay. Yeah, level 2 is $250 a month. So if I add $164 plus 250, that's 414. So if I come over here and say I now have $414 coming in, so I can use that money and throw it at my debt. And let's see what happens. Wait, actually, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna use two different things so I can compare the two. Let me just see. It was 164. Let me apply that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this page so you can see side by side. Throw that on the side over there. Throw this on the side over here. There we go. All right. And you see this page is responsive too. So if you view this on your mobile device, it's going to look nice and it's going to flow pretty nice. All right. So let me go ahead and put in my 414 on this side over here. Like they teach you like algebra and trigonometry and all this stuff in school, but they don't teach you how to pay off your debts faster. Look at the difference. Okay. All right. Yeah. So instead of waiting and paying the minimum for 14 months, now I can take my Novae check and throw it at my debt, just my debt alone, and I'll pay this thing off in 6 months. And as you can see, those debt payments, I mean, the interest payments, man, I chop them in half. The first one is the same, 42.22. And then the next one is like, what is that, like $6 cheaper already? Seven, you know, six and some change cheaper. And then the next one, I'm in the 20, I'm paying $23 interest on this payment. Whereas over here, I'm still paying 36. I know these may seem small, but just ask yourself, like if you're filling up your gas tank, would you rather see 23 pop up or would you rather see 36 pop up? Right? You're like, please stop going up. I'm trying to fill up this gas tank, right? And then the next payment drops down to 13, whereas over here, I'm still in the 30s. I still haven't broke out of the 30s yet. Let me get the number over here so you can see where we're comparing. We're comparing month 4, September, by paying $414 every month. In September, I'm now paying $13 in interest instead of $32 in interest. By month 5, I'm only paying $3 in interest instead of $29 in interest. Again, if you're trying to fill up your gas tank, would you rather see $3.63 come up or would you rather see $29? Okay. So, because some people, they don't understand the simple nuances, the simple small nuggets of math and how each dollar really goes a long way. Each dollar needs to have a name and a place, and that dollar needs to go out there and be working for you. Every dollar that you have. And then in November, that's the last payment, 414 is done. Actually, I don't think there's anything in November. It's done. There's nothing to pay at that point. I'm gonna say it again. It's done. So that means that I don't have to pay the 26, the 22, the 19, the 15, the 11, the 8, the 4, and just drag this thing out. And now I just freed up $414 in total cash flow because that 250 that was going to the business, or that was coming from the business, that $250 that was coming from the business was lumped into this 214. Now I don't have to spend that on this loan, and now I don't have to spend my the 164 on the loan. So now I have an extra $414 to play with every month. When I say play, I mean invest. You know that. But there's another way to look at this. Let's take a look at comparing the methods. Actually, it's probably going to put the 164 over here, and I don't want to put the 164. But it only keeps in the last thing that you had, but it's all good. We're going to compare methods over here. We're going to change it to 164 first. And for that, I'm going to switch it around so we don't get confused at which one we're looking at. All right. I know I say confused. Leave me alone. All right. So on one side, this side over here, we're at 164. And on this side over here, we're at 14. So as you can see, using the snowball method, you're gonna save. Let's see, about 100. What is that? Yeah, about let me do the math on that for you. 288 minus 116, $172 in interest because you put more towards it up front. So not only are you going to save $172 in interest, but you're also saving money because you don't have that loan payment to pay no more. So I paid that off in December or November, so I don't even have to stretch that all the way out to June. Instead of being paid off in June, that thing's paid off in, look at that, October actually. 5 months instead of 13 months. Big difference. I don't have to drone that in. I think you get it. Paying your debts off faster is genius. It's going to save you a lot of money, save you a lot of time, and it's going to help you free up your money so that you can do more things with it and invest it harder than what you're doing now. All right. So this right here is the Novae debt elimination tool that I just covered here for you. And you can get that by joining YGM by the person that referred you to this video. They'll hook you up with the YGM site. It's going to have their Novae information right in there. And you can learn more about these 7 keys to building wealth. They all just fit together so nicely. Okay, then you can share this and earn money just by sharing it. All right, so that's that. Um, let's see. Let me swing this back around. Swing it back around. Come on. There we go. All right, y'all. So I definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in and learning another key to building wealth with me and our team. And if you have any questions, please get back to me. Let me know how you like the video. Subscribe. Share this video with people that you know that need to hear this information. Most importantly, join the squad so you can get paid for sharing this information. It's not fair that you just you wake up, you go to work, you pay bills, you spend a little bit of time with your family that you can, and you go to sleep. Then you wake up, you do the same thing every single day instead of putting your bills on auto, putting your income on auto, traveling the world. I talked to this one lady. She's actually, her son is, I want to say 12 or 11 years old. And she's like, you know what? I'm to the point right now where I'm about to get it. We're about to rent an RV and we're about to, just travel. And I was just like, travel, okay. And before I could say anything, she was like, yes, my son is coming with me. And I was like, homeschool? You go home? She was like, yeah, I'm just going to homeschool. And I'm just like, man, that is phenomenal. Imagine being 11 years old. Now you're getting ready to tour the entire country. Instead of learning about Mount Rushmore, you're going to be there and learning from the tour guide about Mount Rushmore. Imagine going to Yellowstone Park, seeing the geysers, and going to the Grand Canyon and actually seeing how the rivers form, those the canyons out there, instead of learning about it in a book. That'd be fun. I don't think anybody would say that they would rather learn from a book and flip pages and have this teacher going like wah, 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 the Charlie Brown thing, right? Instead of actually saying, hey, I'm actually here. I can see it. I can smell the park. I can see where the Indian tribes used to be. Excuse me, Native Americans used to be, and and I can hear the stories directly from somebody that's right here and tells these stories every day, not just a teacher that's been taught that. So it's like, not no shout, no disrespect to my teachers, by the way. You guys do a phenomenal job, and I will actually aspire to be a teacher, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm just teaching adults because I feel like if I can teach the adults, then the adults can teach their children the stuff that we didn't learn. and in school and in high school even. But just imagine being able to travel and tour and not have to worry about how you're going to be making your money and how you're going to be paying your bills, because your bills are on autopilot and your income is on autopilot because you're generating a residual income. Most jobs don't pay a residual income. In fact, there's really only like three or four that pay a reoccurring check every single month. One is an insurance agent. Every year that that person signs up for that policy and renews that policy, that agent that signed them up is getting a check. Usually it's like $12 to $30 or something like that, depending on how big the policy is, but it's still a check. And especially if they have, 100, 200, 300, 400 clients over the span of their career, by the time that person is finished with a 20-year insurance career, their residuals can be several thousands of dollars. And but it does take time, and it's on an annual basis. What I like about what Novae does is the residuals is monthly. It's like $5 to $8 a month per client that you help get their credit repaired. But on top of that, you also get residuals for building a team of affiliates. So you're basically earning income because they're earning income. Okay, so it's actually smarter because as an insurance agent, you can only make money on what you're producing. You have to level up and get hired as like a regional manager. Now you earn overrides on the team that you help manage and help train. Now, whenever they make money, you make money. So now it's not so much of a hustle anymore. With Novae, you already start off as a trainer in a way where you can build an organization. You know, and the brilliant thing about it is it's really simple and it's really easy to share because you have something that everybody needs and everybody wants. Um, Same way with actors and entertainers. Now, it's hard to become an actor and entertainer because you got to put in some work. Shout out to my man, Carl Kennedy. I've known him since college. And though he was already a little bit older than us, he always said, like, I want to be an actor. I'm going to be in on TV, the big screen, all of that. Lo and behold, about 12 years after we graduate, this guy is, you can find him on Netflix, you can find him on Hulu, you can find him, just doing his thing. And like he said, to recently, he was like, I never could imagine that 12 hours of work would pay for 2 months worth of rent. 12 hours of work, 2 months of rent. And that's not even including his residuals from shooting the commercials, right? So that's really big, but it can be really hard for somebody to break into that kind of industry. You gotta look a certain way. You have to have that posture, that stamina, that staying power. Following up with your agents, and you really do have to be talented. You have a good memory to memorize your scripts and things like that. So everything is gonna be something. There's something that you have to do for everything. You know what I like about Novae is, of course, you have to memorize some scripts and things, but it's really just about people, like just being a people person and helping that person unlock their inner gifts, unlock their ability to speak and communicate, unlock the inner salesman in them. And I don't even like to say salesman, but it's more like a sharesman or woman, a shares person, because you're just sharing and inviting people. Um, so that's really big key. Stop trying to sell people stuff and just invite them. Be a friend. Have the posture of a friend, and they'll respect you because they're not going to give up any of their hard-earned cash. Because remember, they just woke up and spent 8 hours at a job that they hated, away from their family, away from the house that they're paying for, away from the car that they're paying for. That car is sitting in the parking lot, giving the parking space under it some shade for 8 hours a day, and they're making the payments on it. And then they only use it to drive home from the job that they hate. So for you to ask them to give up their hard earned money, it's got to have some value. They got to know you, trust you, like you, respect you in a certain way, and for them to cough up any bread. So you got to be able to come to people with a posture of a friend and a consultant in a way. And there's a lot of ways that we can do that and help you do that. Part of the scripts that we have. Okay. And of course, you want to make it yours. You want to make that your own. But but that's that. Um, what other? Uh, I'm trying to think of. Oh, real estate, not real estate agents, but landlords in specific. Once you own a rental property, that's also residual income. You put somebody in the property one time and they keep paying you month after month after month after month. Only downside to that is one, it takes a lot of bread to get, a place. You gotta put down if you don't have if you don't have like 20,000 to 50,000 in cash laying around, you're gonna have to get the loan. So you're gonna have a good credit score. You gotta put a down payment on it, and then once you get the place, you gotta make sure that you check your liens out. You gotta make sure there ain't no property disputes on it. You gotta make sure that the zone is right. You don't want to be in a zone that's about to be a place where it's about to be rezoned. You don't want them to go and put you know, a freaking highway through your house anytime soon. You want to, what else you want to do? And also, I make sure the house is in good condition. You'd hate to get into a situation where you got to rewire the entire house or replumb a major part of the house, re-level the house. It needs a new roof. Now you got to spend 7 to 10 grand on a roof that you didn't really expect. So there's a lot of things in that, but the payoff can be very great, especially for your future generations because your house is willable, property is willable, is transferable onto other entities, other people. I mean, and it's really cool, really good. But with all that risk and all those things that could go wrong, especially the person not even paying, now what do? I gotta go through eviction process. Now I gotta find another tenant. There's a lot of things still. Like I said, everything has something. What I like about Novae is small down payment. You're talking about $250 or even $50. We have a $50 enrollment option, and you're in business. You have your own website that you can refer people to. You know, and once people get involved, then you're helping them, and you don't have to worry about all this overhead and things like that. You don't have to worry about lights. You don't have to worry about you know water and or any other tools. Now you may want to buy some marketing tools, some marketing materials. We have road signs, we have car magnets, we have $100 bill drop cards. You can put your name in them and you fold them up and they look like $100 bills, and they're good for just dropping those in places of high traffic. People pick them up, they're like, what is this? Oh, there's a number on it. They call the number and it's a sizzle call. You got the vice president of sales giving a presentation for you, then they call you to sign up, or they leave you a message on your sizzle call. We show you exactly how to do the sizzle call set up so that you get the message and you can go in and check it, and you get an email anytime someone leaves a voicemail that says, like, hey, I just listened to that voice. I just listened to that message. That presentation is phenomenal. I want to join. It's phenomenal. You know, so that's another thing that we have. We have a complete marketing blueprint. A blue like just you can go through this. It's about 12 pages, and it gives you a guide how to run a successful credit affiliation business, a credit repair business. And I think that's pretty cool because you don't have to depend on finding other affiliates. You can just set up a legitimate business that looks for customers only. You can make $75 per customer, and then $5 to $8 per month per customer. You know, that's major. That's major. 10 customers in 1 month, $750. Some people are working part time and still don't make $750 a month. And then you're talking about residuals, that's $50 to $80 a month just off of 10 customers in 1 month. Now, think about over a course of a year, you getting them 10 customers a month. Now you're making 500 to $800 in 10 months based off of just the customers that you had in the prior months. Now, some months you're gonna have more. Some customers might even fall off. So I'm just giving you an average. But if you just do this thing and you do it consistently, then you can end up being like myself or greater, and being able to earn a residual reoccurring income and put some income on autopilot without being a landlord, without singing, rapping, you know, being in commercials and things like that respectfully. But sometimes I just think like, man, some people, they're singing right now and they don't have talent. I'm sorry, you're rapping and you don't have talent. It's sad because you like it. It feels good to do it, but you're not gonna become a millionaire by doing it, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say, but I mean, just like there's people out here that love to play basketball, they love to play football, they love to play sports and things like that. Well, you're not going to get a residual income based off of that unless you get a marketing deal, unless you're in a few commercials and things like that. But that doesn't mean that you're going to get paid for doing it. So you have to diversify your income. Even some people that are really good still are not going to make $1 million doing it because they don't understand the business aspect of it. They don't understand distribution, branding, marketing, and just they don't have the grit and the stick to itness to stick this thing out. Most people, it takes them 7 years to develop a constant stream of income from entertainment. And it's okay if that's not you. You have to be okay with that fact. But you also have to be okay with the fact that maybe you should also have something else going for you in the background. I mean, just like some people, they're not good at college. They start that thing out, and like my boy Fo, my boy Corey, like he was like, man, I'm not doing this college thing. He quit, and I'm kind of jealous of him, because here I am, I got college debt. He's we live in the same like city. He doesn't have college debt. We make about the same amount of money, but he doesn't have to pay back a student loan. But we're both in Novae, so it's cool because we use this as a vehicle to earn more income. But that's that. I just want to give y'all a few things: how to eliminate debt, use some of the residuals that you make from your business, uh, get trained, get grow personally. Like Les Brown was saying, this is the economy. Knowledge is the new currency. Get you some, and other than that, don't forget you've got money. You've got money. Keep that going. Keep it, internalize that, because it's gonna make you walk different. It's gonna make you talk different. And other than that, just remember the vision is what you see with your eyes closed and your mind open. All right. Love y'all. Peace out.